#1 song on my iPod, Taylor Swift, Love Story. I love Taylor Swift. I'm the biggest Taylor Swift fan.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to be switching it up. I'm going to be doing a pop culture related video. Now, if you guys know anything about pop culture, then you probably heard about the infamous Taylor Swift versus Kanye West feud that has been going on from 2009 until now. It's literally one of the most iconic feuds of all time. Everyone's talked about it, everyone's shared their opinion on it. So in today's video, I'm going to be looking back at the whole situation, giving you guys the whole story from the start to the end. I'm giving you all the facts and the evidence so that you can make your own opinion. Just a quick disclaimer, I'm not doing this to make entertainment or light out of Taylor or Kanye's life. I understand that they are both people who have real feelings, real emotions, and I'm making this purely because I really love Taylor and I want everyone to see the whole story before they make their opinion on her. There's so much that went on in this feud that no one knows about because it wasn't brought out to the public, and today I'm going to be showing you everything that I have read, everything that I've been able to find based on a ton of research online throughout the whole feud. So before we begin, please make sure to subscribe down below, hit that notification bell so you always know when I upload a new video, give this video a giant thumbs up, and comment down below what you'd like to see in my next video. Now without further ado, let's get right into it. So I have a ton to talk about, so I actually prepared some notes, so if you see me looking down, that's what I'm reading, that's what I'm looking at. The whole situation, this whole feud, starts in 2009 at the VMAs when Kanye West infamously interrupted Taylor Swift in the middle of her Video of the Year acceptance speech.
Yo, Taylor, I'm really happy for you. I'm gonna let you finish, but Beyonce had one of the best videos of all time. One of the best videos of all time.
Now, obviously, there were repercussions from this incident. There are responses made online. One known widely was Obama calling Kanye a jackass.
The young lady seems like a perfectly nice person. She's getting her award. What's he doing?
Why would he do that?
He's a jack.
There was also an SNL appearance that Taylor Swift made where she performed a song called Monologue Song, La La La, and it basically makes fun of the whole incident where Kanye ran up on stage.
I got security lining the stage.
Kanye did end up apologizing to Taylor Swift in a video. However, I don't really feel like this counts considering the talk show host at the start makes it very clear that Kanye's appearance on the show wasn't even planned. It was last minute because Kanye said that he wanted to talk.
But before they performed, this really wasn't planned. We did this kind of last minute. Kanye wanted to talk, so please welcome Kanye West.
The following year, Taylor performed at the 2010 VMAs with a song off of her new album Speak Now called Innocent. The song is clearly referencing Kanye West with the lyric, "It's okay, life is a tough crowd, 32 and still growing up now." Obviously, Kanye West was 32 when the song came out, and she's alluding to the fact that he still needs to grow up. So the feud dies down for a few years until the 2015 VMAs when Taylor Swift gave Kanye West the Video Vanguard Award. She says in her speech,
"I am honored to present the 2015 Vanguard Award to my friend, Kanye West."
Accentuating the word friend, clearly telling everyone that they were friends. The next we heard about the feud was actually the following year in 2016 on February 14th whenever Kanye West released his album The Life of Pablo featuring the song Famous. The story heats up though 3 days earlier on February 11th, 2016 whenever Kanye West debuted his whole album at his Yeezy Season 3 fashion show in Madison Square Garden. This was when the whole world finally heard the controversial lyric, "I feel like me and Taylor might still have why I made that famous," off of Kanye's song Famous. Taylor's publicist immediately responded saying, Kanye did not call for approval but to ask Taylor to release his single Famous on her Twitter account. She declined and cautioned him about releasing a song with such a strong misogynistic message. Taylor was never made aware of the actual lyric, "I made that famous. Kanye then responded with a long series of tweets that are now deleted, but I was able to find on a website, and I'll throw them up on the screen. He says, "I'm an artist, and as an artist, I will express how I feel with no censorship. I called Taylor and I had an hour-long convo with her about the line, and she thought it was funny and gave her blessings." It's actually something Taylor came up with, and he says that Taylor said, "I can't be mad at Kanye because he made me famous." So then, really soon actually, we hear from Taylor in her Album of the Year Grammy acceptance speech when she says,
There are going to be people along the way who will try to undercut your success or take credit for your accomplishments or your fame.
so this is obviously a dig at Kanye because she's saying that there will be people out there who would take credit for your fame, hence the lyric, "I made that famous." So next we hear from Kim Kardashian on an interview with GQ released on June 16th, 2016. She said that Taylor totally approved that. She totally knew that that was coming out. She also says that, "I swear my husband gets so much for things when he really was doing proper protocol and even called to get it approved. What rapper would call a girl that he was rapping a line about to get approval?" She also says, "He's called me a in his songs. I never once think, what is a derogatory word? How dare he? Not in a million years." Finally, she finishes saying, "When you shoot something, you don't stop every 2 seconds and be like, oh wait, we're shooting this for my documentary. You just film everything, and whatever makes the edit, then you see, then you send out releases. It's like what we do for our show." So in this last comment, she is referencing the fact that Kanye called Taylor to get approval for the song, and they filmed the whole conversation. She says, "When you shoot something, you don't stop every 2 seconds and be like, oh wait, we're shooting this for my documentary." So obviously, Kanye had some sort of documentary in the works, and he wants to film the conversation for his documentary, and he did not notify Taylor about the conversation being filmed, and Kim implies that they would notify Taylor later with a release to include the video in the documentary. So after this whole interview was released, Taylor's publicist again responded saying, "Taylor does not hold anything against Kim Kardashian as she recognizes the pressure Kim must be under. Much of what Kim is saying is incorrect. Kanye West and Taylor only spoke once on the phone while she was on vacation with her family in January of 2016. Taylor has never denied that the conversation took place. It was on that phone call that Kanye West also asked her to release the song on her Twitter account, which she declined to do. Kanye West never told Taylor he was going to use the term that in referencing her. Kanye West never played the song for Taylor Swift. Kim Kardashian's claim that Taylor and her team were aware of being recorded is not true, and Taylor cannot understand why Kanye West and now Kim Kardashian will not just leave her alone." First, I'd like to bring up Taylor Swift's publicist's initial response way back in February whenever the song first came out. She says Kanye did not call for approval, but to ask Taylor to release his single Famous on her Twitter account. She declined. So both of these messages say the same thing. One, Taylor was not aware that she was being filmed on her phone call, and two, that Kanye wanted Taylor to release the song on Twitter, which she declined. One thing that isn't talked about as much that did not cause as many waves as you might think was on July 1st, 2016 when Kanye released the official music video for Famous, in which he featured a series of naked wax figures. Of course, Taylor was one of them, along with various other celebrities. Donald Trump, Kim Kardashian was there, Kanye West was there. I'm not gonna really talk about that video because I don't think it needs mentioning, but I will add that it is restricted on YouTube based on an age guideline. Things really take a turn for the worse, as if they weren't already there, whenever on July 17th, 2016, Kim Kardashian released legally recorded video clips of a phone call between Kanye West and Taylor Swift. The clips that Kim Kardashian posted were very fragmented, and to summarize, they basically talked about the following things. So first, Kanye mentions the fact that Taylor still has a Nashville area code.
You still got the Nashville number?
I still have the Nashville area code, but I had to change it.
So this is something really interesting that I have not really heard brought to light. Now, if you've heard of phone recording laws, in some states it is only required that one party be known that the phone call is being recorded. In other states, it is required that two parties must be aware that the phone call is being recorded. Now, California is actually one of those states that falls under the jurisdiction that two parties must be aware of the phone call. However, guess which state isn't? Tennessee. Yes, that's right. In Tennessee, only one party must be known that the phone call is occurring, so that would make it okay that Kanye recorded the phone call without Taylor's permission if Taylor was in Tennessee. I think that's interesting. I haven't heard it mentioned very much. Obviously, there's no proof that Taylor was in Nashville. I just found it interesting that he brought up her area code. Next, Kanye tells Taylor the lyric.
I feel like me and Taylor might still have.
They talk it over, she seems to approve of it, she's obviously relieved, and then Kanye says that he cares about her and he wants to respect her and he wants to make music that makes her feel good.
I want things that make you feel good. I don't want to do rap that makes people.
So Taylor says, go with whatever you think is best.
Yeah, I mean, go with whatever line is better. It's obviously very tongue-in-cheek either way.
They thank each other, it's obvious there's mutual respect.
I'm always going to respect you. And I'm really glad that you have the respect that as a friend about the song. And
at the end of the conversation, it's so obvious. Taylor says, whenever the song comes out, I'll be on the Grammy red carpet, and I'll say, oh, I knew about the line the whole time. Like, she was in on the joke, she knew about it, and she was not mad.
you guys want to call this a feud, you want to call this throwing shade, but right after the song comes out, I'm going to be on a Grammy red carpet, and they're going to ask me about it, and I'll be like, he called me.
So after Kim Kardashian released the illegally recorded videos on her Snapchat on July 17, 2016, Taylor finally responded on her own behalf on her Instagram on July 18, 2016. She responded with a lengthy post, actually a screenshot of her notes app, in which she said, "Where is the video of Kanye telling me he was going to call me that in his song? It doesn't exist because it never happened." Of course I wanted to like the song. I wanted to believe Kanye when he told me I would love the song. I wanted us to have a friendly relationship. He promised to play the song for me, but he never did. I would very much like to be excluded from this narrative, one that I've never asked to be a part of since 2009. This really goes back to Taylor's publicist post, in which she said that Taylor would like to be left alone from Kim Kardashian and Kanye West. She obviously just does not want to be part of this whole fight. She never asked for someone to call her. So now we fast forward to 2019, June 30th to be precise, whenever Taylor Swift posted on Tumblr about a struggle that she was currently experiencing with a music producer who had just bought her library catalog and her record label, Big Machine Records, for $300 million. This is a whole other topic that I'm not going to get into now, but basically Taylor decided that she wanted to own her own masters, basically own the rights to her music, and her record label was not offering her that. She switched to a new label, Republic Records. Her old albums were all bought for $300 million from a guy named Scooter Braun. She posted on Tumblr about the situation, saying, "Like when Kim Kardashian orchestrated an illegally recorded snippet of a phone call to be leaked, and then Scooter got his two clients together to bully me online about it." See photo. Or when his client, Kanye West, organized a revenge porn music video with Strips My Body Naked. Now remember I mentioned that Kanye released a music video for Famous in which Taylor was featured as a naked wax figure. I'm not gonna talk about it. A few months after the whole Scooter Braun incident, Taylor gave an interview with Rolling Stones on September 18th, 2019. She dives into the whole Kanye West drama, looking back at it from a 3-year perspective, and she actually provides a few insightful points to really describe how she felt and why she understands how other people felt about her during the situation. She says, "The world didn't understand the context and the events that led up to it. Remember, I mentioned this a bit earlier in the video when I said I wanted to give you the full story, not just the fragmented stories that have been posted on the media. Basically, I got really sick of the dynamic between he and I. And that wasn't just based on what happened on that phone call and with that song. It was kind of a chain reaction of things. All I ever wanted my whole career after that thing happened in 2009 was for him to respect me. When someone doesn't respect you so loudly and says you literally don't deserve to be here, I just so badly wanted that respect from him, and I hate that about myself. And so we go to dinner and stuff, and I was so happy because he would say really nice things about my music. It just felt like I was healing some childhood rejection or something from when I was 19. But the 2015 VMAs come around. He's getting the Vanguard Award. He'd called me up beforehand. I didn't illegally record it, so I can't play it for you. But he called me up maybe a week or so before the event, and we had maybe over an hour-long conversation. And he's like, I really would like for you to present this Vanguard Award to me. This would mean so much to me. And he went into all the reasons why it means so much, because he can be so sweet. And so I wrote the speech up, and then we get to the VMAs, and I make the speech, and he screams, "MTV got Taylor Swift up here to present me this award for ratings." His exact words, "You know how many times they announced Taylor was gonna give me this award because it got them more ratings." I realized he is so two-faced. Okay guys, you are going to be shocked by what happened next. So a few months later, on March 21st, 2020, the full phone conversation between Taylor Swift and Kanye West was released. I know, I'm shook. Literally, I was on my phone, it was on YouTube, my recommended page. I was literally so excited to see the full convo and really know what actually happened. So basically, the phone call starts. You can hear Kanye talking to someone on the side saying, "Yeah, lock that door, yeah." And then stand on the other side until I knock for you. Grab it. Just lock. No, you can't grab that. Lock the door. Stay on the side. I do not know why this was necessary. Why was he locking the doors? Just wanted to add that in. And then Kanye introduces the song to Taylor. He says,
"So my next single, I wanted you to tweet it. So that's why I'm calling you, that I wanted you to put the song out."
What would people, I guess it would just be people would be like, why is this happening?
Well,
I think it had something to do with it, probably.
Well, the reason why it will be happening is because it has a very controversial line at the beginning of the song about you.
What does it say?
Okay, so it says, and the song is so dope, and I've literally sat with my wife, with my whole management team, with everything, and tried to rework this line. I've thought about this line for 8 months. I've had this line and I tried to rework it every which way, and the original way that I thought about it is the best way, but it's the most controversial way. So it's gonna go Eminem a little bit, so can you brace yourself for a second?
Yeah.
Okay, alright. It says, wait a second, you sound sad.
Well, is it gonna be mean?
No, I don't think it's mean.
Okay, then let me hear it.
Okay, it says, to all my South Side that know me best, I feel like Taylor Swift might owe me.
That's not mean.
Okay.
So then Kanye goes on another tangent again about like his last album or something, and Taylor says,
I mean, I need to think about it because I just need to, like, you know, you hear something for the first time and you just need to think about it.
Yeah.
Because it is absolutely crazy. I'm glad it's not mean though. It doesn't feel mean, but like, oh my god, the build-up you gave it, I thought it was gonna be like that stupid dumb like, but it's not.
Taylor also says,
anything that I do becomes like a feminist think piece, and if I launch it, they're gonna be like, wow, like this thing, like they'll just turn it into something that I think if I launch it honestly, like, I think it'll be less cool.
And then Kanye says,
I had this line where I said, and my wife really didn't like this one because we tried to make it nicer. So what I said is, for all my Southside that know me best, I feel like me and Taylor might still have. And my wife was really not with that one. She was way more into the she owes you. But then the O part was like the feminist group type that I was like, ah.
Kanye brought up the idea of him saying, I made her famous.
Okay, now what if later in the song I was also to have said, I made her famous? Is that
did you say that?
Yes, it might have happened.
And then Taylor says,
well, what am I gonna do about it? Just kind of like whatever at this point.
Yeah.
But I mean, just you gotta tell the story the way that it happened to you and the way that you experienced it. Like, you honestly didn't know who I was before that. Like,
yeah.
It doesn't matter if I sold 7 million of that album before you did that, which is what happened. You didn't know who I was before that. It's fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can't wait to hear it.
Yeah. I mean, it's fun. It's definitely you're ready to trend.
After that, Kanye goes on the huge tangent about like how he's broke and he wants to be a billionaire. So the full phone call has come out, and 2 days later, on March 23rd, 2020, Taylor responds saying, instead of answering those who are asking how I feel about the video footage that leaked, proving that I was telling the truth the whole time about that call, you know, the one that was illegally recorded, that somebody edited and manipulated in order to frame me and put me, my family, and fans through hell for 4 years, swipe up to see what really matters. And this was on her Instagram story, so she put a link to Hunger Foundation and asked her followers to donate. On March 23rd, 2020, Kim Kardashian responded to Taylor Swift. There's a whole long list of tweets. I have looked through all the evidence I have given to you guys today, all of the interviews and the comments and the tweets that various people have made, and I've gone back and annotated the tweets that Kim made, and I'm going to be refuting each one based on the evidence that we've laid out. So first, Kim says, at Taylor Swift 13 has chosen to reignite an old exchange that at this point in time feels very self-serving given the suffering millions of real victims are facing right now. This is obviously referencing the coronavirus. First of all, at Taylor Swift 13 did not choose to reignite the old feud. The video was leaked probably by someone on Kanye's team. She had no play in it. She did not choose to release the video. She did not choose to reignite it. Second, who was the one who posted a swipe up on their story to donate to the World Hunger Organization? Oh yeah, Taylor Swift. Next, I didn't feel the need to comment a few days ago, and I'm actually really embarrassed and mortified to be doing it right now, but because she continues to speak on it, I feel I'm left without a choice but to respond because she is actually lying. So no, Taylor is not continuing to speak on it. She spoke on it once on her Instagram where she didn't even respond to it. She just chose to ignore it. Next tweet. To be clear, the only issue I ever had around the situation was that Taylor lied through a publicist who stated that Kanye never called to ask for permission. They clearly spoke, so I'll let you all see that. Nobody ever denied the word was used without permission. So in this tweet, Kim says Taylor lied through a publicist about the fact that Kanye called her about the song. First of all, that was not the only issue that Kim had with the song. If we look back at her GQ interview from June 16th, 2016, we can see that she said that Taylor totally gave the okay, and she says, I mean, he's called me a in his songs. I never once think, what a derogatory word, how dare he, not in a million years. So obviously, Kim was not only annoyed that Taylor allegedly lied about the phone call happening, she was also annoyed that Taylor was mad about Kanye calling her a in his song. Second, Kim says that Taylor lied through a publicist who stated that Kanye never asked her for permission. However, if we look back at the original statement that Taylor's publicist made, she said Kanye did not call for approval but to ask Taylor to release his single Famous on her Twitter account, which is true. When you look back at the call, Kanye says,
"So my next single, I wanted you to tweet it."
So yes, Taylor's publicist was correct in saying that Kanye wanted to release the song on her Twitter. Next, Kim said, at the time when they spoke, the song had not been fully written yet, but as everyone can see in the video, she manipulated the truth of their actual conversation in her statement when her team said she declined and cautioned him about releasing a song with such a strong misogynistic message. This is incorrect. Taylor did decline to release the song on Twitter. Kim says she declined and cautioned him about releasing a song with such a strong misogynistic message, which is true.
That's the only thing about that line is that it's like, it's just the feminists are gonna come out.
So 1, she declines to release the song on her Twitter, and 2, she cautions him about the misogynistic message. Next, Kim says, the lie was never about the word. It was always whether there was a call or not and the tone of the conversation. This is incorrect. As I said before with the GQ interview, Taylor was obviously mad about the fact that she was called a and Kim said that that was not justified considering the phone call that happened for approval. Moving on, Kim says, I never edited the footage. Another lie. I only posted a few clips on Snapchat to make my point, and the full video that recently leaked doesn't change that. First of all, putting together videos is editing. Not releasing the full video is editing. She obviously edited it. There's no way to go around that. To add, Kanye as an artist has every right to document his musical journey and process, just like she recently did through a documentary. You might have seen it on Netflix. Miss Americana was a recently released documentary. However, these two situations are completely different. One is an illegally recorded phone call. One is a documentary where all parties who were included in the documentary were notified that they were in it. Furthermore, if you look at the original video, that does not look like something that would be put in a documentary, does it? It's a shaky, dark, backlit video that's super sketchy. You wouldn't put that in a documentary. She adds, saying, Kanye has documented the making of all his albums for his personal archive, however, has never released any of it for public consumption, and the call between the two of them would have remained private or would have gone in the trash had she not lied and forced me to defend him. We already know she didn't lie, and no, she did not force her to do anything. Kim chose to post a video on her Snapchat. And finally, she concludes saying, this is the last time I speak on this because honestly, nobody cares. Sorry to bore you all with this. I know you are all dealing with more serious and important matters. So finally, the last thing that happens in this narrative is Tree Payne, Taylor Swift's publicist, responded saying, I'm Taylor's publicist and this is my unedited original statement. By the way, when you take parts out, that's editing. She posted a photo on her Twitter of the original statement, the one I read so many times in this video, just to conclude with saying that no, they were not lying. They told the truth the whole time throughout each and every message that they posted, every statement that they made. With all the evidence laid out, please make your own opinion, form your own idea of who you think is right, but I'm just gonna say it. The footage, the evidence, it proved that Taylor Swift was not lying. Before I finish, I would just like to point out, in the call, Taylor explicitly says,
but like, oh my god, the build-up you gave it, I thought it was gonna be like that stupid dumb like, but it's not.
In this quote, she says that she was glad that he didn't call her a and then that's exactly what he did in the original song. Okay guys, I know that was a ton of information. I hope that you have stayed until the end. If you have, comment down below, exposed. It'll be our little secret. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please make sure to subscribe down below, give this video a giant thumbs up, turn on your post notifications, and comment down below what you'd like to see in my next video. I love you guys. Bye.